Humans.
Some of that Spanish tries to break out. Humans, man.
What are you, I humans?
No, regular humans couldn't even see Loki.
Right.
Unless he allowed it. Because that's part of his power. That's part of his trickster powers.
You can have your pen back, by the way. I got mine.
So why would he even allow Captain America to go near him? Or just that visual. That visual, once you bring the guy figure down to like the regular person, because that's Captain America, he's that representation. He's a regular person that's been given great power.
Okay.
Once you bring it down to that level, you're kind of, it's like when Magneto in X-Men Part 3. Yeah, that's exactly what it was like. That's what you get. That's what you end up with. Horrible.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But I think personally, you know, like I said, I got my ups and downs about it. As far as Dark Knight goes, like we said, it's already established. Excuse me.
Oof. Hey, did they ever make Tom Hardy go back to re-record his voice? I think they did, right? I think people complained, like the initial complaints about the trailer that was released. How people couldn't hear his voice. I think he actually went back to redub his voice.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
But
I could see what you were going for, Hardy. I'm a big fan.
I look at it as, you know,
said Ed Hardy, isn't it?
Yeah, Ed Hardy's a clothing line.
He's very graphic. You can imagine him Bane.
He's got Ed Hardy coat on.
Tiger.
Like the strap on the back says Ed Hardy in cursive on his mask. You know, he's doing it. You'll know it's product placement if you see one of the characters wearing it.
Oh, man.
Bruce Wayne. He's like, oh, that's a nice suit. Yeah, it's Ed Hardy.
And for those of you who haven't caught up to who this actor is, Tom Hardy, and how he was picked to play the character like Bane. Not too long ago, he made a movie called Bronson.
Not Charles Bronson, right?
Well, actually, he was the movie's based off of a real life British criminal, who his alias in jail he gets it from Charles Bronson, because you want to be a tough guy.
Charles Bronson,
so
kick ass, man.
And back in those days, the toughest guy, Charles Bronson. All right, on. So you want to see how it is that Tom Hardy could play Bane? It should be in the instant queues. Instant watch on Netflix. Bronson. Psychological thriller, man.
Yep.
Real. It's a great movie.
Very.
Great movie. You'll like it. Not for kids at all.
Not with a name like that. So, all right, man. Real quick, bottom line. Who do you think is going to pull the biggest box office smash? Is it going to be Avengers or Dark Knight?
Dark Knight.
Money-wise, Dark Knight?
Dark Knight.
Story-wise, Dark Knight or Avengers?
Oh, Dark Knight.
All right.
Yeah, because remember, Dark Knight is also dealing with a lot of today's social economic issues.
Right.
They're tying a lot of these Wall Street issues and the Occupy movement. They're tying it into Dark Knight.
Now, do you think that the Avengers movie will pave way for another big team movie like the long-awaited Justice League, or, you know, a cooler X-Men movie where we're gonna take out X-Men? To me, ended at Part 2.
Yeah, it should have.
Part 3 to me was its own separate movie. It has nothing to do with the rest of the franchise.
The problem with the next series of X-Men,
I did like First Class. First Class was pretty damn good.
Well, that's just it. It's probably gonna stay.
Minus Havoc.
It's probably gonna stay focused on that tween demographic.
I could see that.
Were you gonna say minus Beast?
I don't give a shit about Beast.
I do. Beast was horrible in First Class. It's like a Muppet.
I don't care how you look. My problem with First Class.
Black suit guys walking around.
Yeah. My problem with First Class was Havoc being in the movie. The younger brother of Cyclops. This movie takes place in the 60s.
I didn't have a problem with the continuity part.
I did.
I think just the visuals of Beast, like when he was doing the super fast running, or when he was trying to talk and move.
I get, you know what? I'll compare Beast to the way Michael Chiklis looked in Fantastic Four dressed as a thing. There's just some stuff now. I guess you know what it is. We're so spoiled by a CGI.
Yeah.
And all this great makeup stuff that when you just put on a rubber costume like that, it just doesn't work anymore.
It doesn't.
You know, like I thought Thing was too small. They should have CGI'd him. I wouldn't have had no problem with that.
Which is why a movie like Pirates of the Caribbean, those epics, they were all
those
CGI.
Were great.
There was no animatronics in there.
No, not at all. And those movies, the stories were good too. Thank you, Disney.
I'm not a big fan.
Now you gotta remember, Disney owns Marvel. So if Disney could pull out those good pirate movies,
That's just it. I'm not a big fan of the pirate movies. I thought they were kind of hokey. But again, I mean, they are pirate movies.
It's supposed to be.
But for me, they're hokey.
Dude, they're Johnny Depp movies, man. You gotta love Johnny Depp. The only Johnny Depp movie I refuse to watch is Nightmare on Elm Street. Other than that, I'll watch any Johnny Depp
That's
movie.
my favorite one.
Yeah, you liar.
Yeah, he gets killed. Actually, no, Donnie Brasco.
Donnie Brasco
is my favorite one.
Edward Scissorhands.
And Team Edward. Team Edward. Scissorhands. Twilight. I like to make fun of my niece when I do that. Whatever. She thinks it's funny. You know, I'm a dumbass type of way.
Anyway, moving on. Surprisingly, this week we have no return receipt. I haven't read any crap this week. Everything I read was pretty damn good.
All right. Go comic industry.
Yeah, I mean, I won't be able to sit here and pinpoint, you know, everything that I read. I've got, you know, a couple good things that I'll say for Comics in a Flash. But just really quick, I want to say there is no return receipt this week. So thank you, comic industry, for 1 week so far. You've been pretty good. That or the crappy books are just at the bottom of my stack and I haven't got to them yet.
It could be.
Could damn well be.
Yeah. If you read anything crappy this week, feel free
to
comment on it.
In the last week,
actually, bring it up on Facebook. We always like to argue about those.
Or since this is a video, you can now comment on our YouTube video.
There you go.
Yeah, and then you can give it a thumbs up. Or
I think
thumbs
most
down.
of the comments are gonna be like how we're just dorks being on this video.
Pretty much. I could care less.
We'll take it.
You know why?
We'll take it.
You know why I could care less?
Because we accepted that when we turned on that video.
No.
I did.
They're watching us.
That's right.
That's the whole point.
If you kept watching.
Yeah. If you didn't, you're a liar. Because then you wouldn't be hearing this conversation right now.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be having this talk.
Yeah.
But we're gonna actually debut a quick news segment that's gonna go between Return Receipt and Comics in a Flash 60-second send off, and we're just gonna go simple. We call it the Spotlight, and what this does is it spotlights a creator that's sticking out to us. We would like to have it feature up-and-coming indie creators, so any of you out there that are trying to make it as an artist or as a writer, especially from the Chicago, Illinois area, please feel free to send us your info, and we'll gladly put you on the spotlight. This also does work for, you know, established writers and artists right now at the moment, but, you know,
for the most part, we're biased toward the indies.
The indies, yeah.
And the up-and-coming writers.
And if you guys know anybody out there who's an up-and-coming creator, please feel free to send us their info, links to their work. We'll gladly put them on the show, you know, put their work up, whatever. But this week, we're going to let David take the first one. Here we go, first segment, the Spotlight.
There you go.
What you got, David?
One of my favorite up-and-comers, Anthony Kozar, fellow alum of mine from the Academy of Art. He's also a member of the Society of Illustrators, working on The Spider, a novel by, what is it?
Moonstone?
Yeah, Moonstone, a Moonstone Publishing. That's who he's working with.
Right.
Anthony Kozar is working with Moonstone Publishing at this moment, working on The Spider. This particular series is called Spider, the Iron Man of War. He does a lot of his illustrations straight up with watercolor and gouache. He's always been successful, award-winning, uses great perspective, very dynamic coloring, works a lot with the darks and lights, very dramatic. Visually, a great read. Alright, you can flip through it and you're looking at it and oh my god, he did, as small as the pictures are, he did the little holes on the buttons. I was like, why? Why? Who cares about that? But he would do it. That's how detailed this stuff is.
Pays attention to detail. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and with that and the combination of the way he works with textures, I think in the long run, he could give in the future. I said long run. He could give an Alex Ross his run for his money.
Really?
Yeah, the
All
texture,
right.
The way he works with texture and his details. Look at the way he drew that broken glass.
Very
He
nice.
broke that glass.
Very nice.
He broke it. So, good for him. Look at the leather glove.
Don't show me, show them.
It's in black and white. I don't think they can see it.
Well, good.
Okay, so spotlighted Anthony Kozar, Kozar Effects Studio. Oh, he also worked with the late and great Stan Winston in California prior to his death. So he actually has some credits in James Cameron's Avatar movie, And he also did some of the work for, I think, Iron Man Part 1 on one of the specs of the Iron Man suits.
Cool.
So Kozar, up and comer, working in the indie. I would say this is indie, working for Moonstone, doing these pulp comics, but pretty soon mainstreaming it. Kozar.
All right.
Kozar, if you're watching, Kozar, I plugged you. There you go.
All right. Well, that was the spotlight. All right. We're gonna go ahead and just take it how we always do it, man. Comics in a Flash, 60-second send off. There's a clock back there. Can you see that?
Yes, I can.
All right. Let's see.
I can see it.
And
Ready, set, go.
The Manhattan Projects, Image Comics by Jonathan Hickman. This book sold out immediately. All right, we had it on the shelf. I want to say, God, not even the day. It was sold out by the end of Wednesday. All right, now this book, I had no idea what it was. I read it. It sounds like it's pretty much what it sounds like. Manhattan Project. The only thing is, it's the Manhattan Project with the creation of the atomic bomb. It's just the front. What they're really working on is what gets you. Pick it up if you can find it. Great read. I highly recommend it. My other one this week, Avenging Spider-Man #4 by Zeb Wells and Greg Land. Yeah, this book is great, especially if you're a Hawkeye fan. It shows you Hawkeye as a person. Him and Spidey are going at it, going on patrols and whatnot. And Spidey constantly is asking him, "Why you keep practicing? Why you keep practicing?" Hawkeye looks at him and says, "You know, I'm in leagues with gods and super soldiers and geniuses. I'm a regular human. If I miss, that's my career." You know what I mean? At the end of the book, something happens that's so it's not even spectacular. It's just like very real. You have to read it. It's one of the great Hawkeye stories I've ever read.
All right.
You know, so
So
go
pick
ahead.
up a Spider-Man book.
Avenging Spider-Man #4 and the Manhattan Projects #1. If you haven't gotten them, go get them. I highly recommend these two books this week.
There you go. Hawkeye making Spider-Man look good. That's what I'm talking about.
Nah. And Hawkeye's not even one of those characters where he's a
But
second tier character.
That's why, though.
Right.
Bring him up. Highlight
Exactly.
him.
Exactly.
I apologize again.
But no, it was really good. As I read it, it was just like this very human feeling.
Wow.
You know, I was like, I read it. As a matter of fact, I read it this morning before I got in here to the shop, and I was just like, now that's a great story. It could have worked. You know what? I don't even think it could have worked with another character. Put it that way. So, but in closing, we just want to go ahead and say you can find us this year if you're going next month, as a matter of fact. Mark the days on your calendar. April 13th, 14th, and 15th. We will be at C2E2 at the McCormick Place. We'll be trying to get creator interviews. If not, we'll be trying to hand out some free t-shirts. Hopefully we can get them done by then. Regardless, we'll be having our video camera. We'll be interviewing fans from all over. So if you're interested and you want to be part of our show, please, all you got to do is show up and just look for the two guys with the C2E2 shirts. Oh, I'm sorry, not the Comics ReMIXed shirts. So, yeah, there it is. So we'll definitely be there in one form or another this year. Can't wait. Like I said, we're trying to get creator interviews. Liefeld, you're on our list. But, yeah, that's all I got.
That's our segment, people.
Yeah, we just want to thank, one last time, want to thank Dreamland Comics here in Schaumburg, Illinois, for letting us film our show here in this gracious little comic store of theirs. As you can see, great back issues, always reasonable prices. We got everything you need: new issues, back issues, t-shirts, comics, you name it, we got it. We don't get it, we don't have it, we'll get it for you. So please don't hesitate to stop in 1415 West Schaumburg Road. I'm pretty much done. What about you?
I'm distracted by this comic over here. You notice that guy right there that's fine like that? He
Power
has
lunch.
female hips.
I'm j-wunn, a.k.a. Wade Wilson, alongside David, I Like Men with Hips, Sanchez. We'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.